Good afternoon and welcome to the first Academy for Teaching Excellence podcast for the fall 2014 semester. I'm Richard Middleton Kaplan from the Academy. Hope that your semesters have gotten off to a good start, that the trains are all rolling out of the station without incident, and that you've had a good first 2 weeks. I'd like to tell you about some of the things coming up in the Academy this week and next week. First of all, Joe Wachter is presenting as part of his Glenn Reich Memorial Technology Faculty Award in our What We Can All Learn from Faculty in Fill in the Blank series. This is a series that we launched last spring, and it involves a faculty member or members from a department or program coming in for a 2-hour session, telling us about the unique things that they've worked out to engage their students, improve their student success, connect with students, overcome whatever problems they find with students in their area, and then share with the rest of us how we can apply what they've done to our fields. So whomever is there, whatever kinds of disciplines and programs are represented, get the chance to learn from the great techniques that the presenters have developed and adapt them. So part of the impetus for this series is the recognition that, for example, as an English teacher, I know that I'm never going to teach in a clinical lab, I'm never going to teach in a studio, I'm never going to teach in a large lecture hall, but I know that there are instructors in those areas who have figured out things that make their teaching work that would be beneficial to mine, just as there are instructors in all sorts of programs. So Joe is leading off this session for us this week, Wednesday 2 to 4 in the Academy for Teaching Excellence, F164D, on the first floor of the library. He has sent out a clever little animated promo to you, and I'm sure that's just a small foretaste of the kind of engaging, amusing presentation that you can expect from him. You may have seen in Orientation Week our brochure of upcoming faculty development events for fall 2014. Joe's event was listed in here on Friday. We've moved it to Wednesday, but you'll see a host of others in this series, including coming up presentations from mathematics, from the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning repair program, from graphic arts technology, a couple from different learning communities configurations, from dental hygiene, and we're very pleased to announce the new addition to the lineup from the accounting department that will be on October 30th. Although you earn CEUs for these and it's no longer necessary to register for pre-approval through the portal, thanks to some of the changes we've made, and that's certainly a great thing, we would still like you to register for events through the portal, through the student information system, so that we have a sense of how many people are going to come. If a planned workshop or seminar does not have a threshold number of people a couple days before it's supposed to start, it can get canceled. So we certainly encourage you to always come, even if you didn't register for something, but on the other hand, it's very helpful if you do register in advance. Coming up on Friday of this week is the first of the Read Around the World Faculty International Book Discussion Groups. These happen twice a semester, sponsored by International Studies and Programs. And the book for this Friday, September 11th from 12 to 2, September 12th, glancing at the calendar there out of the corner of my eye, September 12th from 12 to 2 is Vladimir Alexandrov's The Black Russian. This is a nonfiction story of an African American born in 1872 who tried to make his fortune here in Chicago, then in Brooklyn, other points in this country, eventually moved to Europe. He worked in Venice, in Milan, in Strasbourg, and many other places. Ultimately made his way to St. Petersburg, where he made his fortune, became quite famous, and a fascinating cultural figure. So that is this Friday, 12 to 2. And then coming up next week, a couple of events I wanted to make you aware of. One is our second faculty-wide book discussion group for the semester starting. It is under Delbanco's book, College, What It Was, Is, and Should Be. As the title suggests, this is a sometimes controversial book. It looks first at what the history of colleges and universities have been in this country and what their purpose was conceived to be initially, including the origination of community colleges. Then he looks at the way that current economic and social and cultural and technological changes and pressures have begun to alter that. And then in the final section, what college should be. Delbanco explains how those changes are forcing us to respond, that we must take into account the technological and economic and cultural realities of our time, but wondering if there's a way to do so and still preserve that intent of equity and open democratic access. So a really fascinating, well thought out book that gives us a way to come together as a faculty and talk about some things that really matter to us. That book discussion group starts on Tuesday, September 16th, and it runs through for several weeks. Here, just glancing at my schedule, sorry. It runs through October 21st. It's Tuesday nights at 5. Again, we'd love to have you register for the series, and I'm attaching to this email a brief instruction on how to register in the Student Information System if you're not familiar with that, but you're also welcome to just pop into any one of the discussions at any time if you'd like. And then also next week, September 18th, is the initiation of Jackie Mott's 3-credit graduate equivalency course on Food, Think Global, Buy Local. So that promises to be very important. Those are just a few of the things going on in the Academy. If you haven't seen this brochure with all of our listings, it's available online. I've also put the link to that in the email that this podcast came with, and you'll also find updated information there because we're continuing to plan events that didn't make it into this brochure because they hadn't been finalized at the time that this went to print. And of course, if you have ideas for professional development programming that you'd like to see, that you think would benefit you, your colleagues in professional growth, speak to me, speak to Lauren Salati, speak to anyone in the Academy that you know, speak to your divisional representative on the Faculty Professional Development Committee, and we will plan talk with you about planning something that would fill that need. Okay, that's it for this week. I'll be back next week with more. For now, bang a gong, carry on, have a great week 3. Thank you.